What's up everybody, it's RobinGaming here. So the PS4 has been out for quite some time now, and normally I would really talk about the positive experiences I've had with the system or the games I'm really excited for, looking forward to. And let's be honest, I mean the PS4 itself, I think it's a great system and I've really been enjoying it for, you know, like what, 8 or 9 months now that it's been out. At the same time, I thought it would be, you know, interesting to also do some kind of video with some bad experiences I've had. So what I did is I made a quick, you know, top 5 list with worst experiences I've had with the PS4, and I just wanted to you know, talk about it for a little bit, share those with you, and then I would hope to also hear from you if you have any have had any bad experiences with the PlayStation 4. So to immediately get into it, my top 3 actually is more related to the system itself, while the number 4 and 5 spots are more game related. So at number 5 I have an issue that I've had which made me unable to get certain trophies, and that all had to do with the friend list. So the 2 games that I've had this issue with were Assassin's Creed 4 and Rayman Legends, both Ubisoft games. And to explain the situation, with Assassin's Creed 4 there was a trophy that needed you to sign into Ubisoft servers online, and I couldn't do that initially because they had not taken care of the fact that some people would have more than 100 friends. So whenever you would have more than 100 friends, you simply couldn't connect to the servers, which is a really strange bug. Luckily Ubisoft did actually patch that later on, but Rayman Legends has the exact same thing, where you need to actually beat your friends' times. But the problem I have simply is that I cannot see my friends' times because the game does not take care of you having more than 100 friends. And they still haven't patched this so far, when the game has been out for like half a year already. I don't expect it to be patched anymore. And that's a really big shame, because that means it simply prevents me from getting my Platinum trophy in a game that I enjoyed a lot. And that is probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite PlayStation 4 game, Rayman Legends. It's really a big shame. So at number 4 I have an issue that I've had with Trials Fusion, which is that the game would always freeze on me constantly. And the funny thing is, I did some research on this, looked if people had the same problem, and have to admit I only looked for like 5 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever, and I could find absolutely no one having this issue. So I wonder what exactly is causing it. But when I play the game, it simply freezes on me for like 10 seconds every now and then. Just when I'm doing a race or something and I'm in the middle of this big jump, the game will simply freeze on me. I can still hear the audio, the music playing, but yeah, the game isn't doing anything for like 10 seconds, literally 10 seconds, I'm not even joking, until it starts moving again and I can continue. It's really weird, but that's an issue I've had with Trials Fusion on my PS4. So to now get into my top 3, these are all really related to the system itself. At number 3 I have OS crashes, and I do think that the OS in itself, you know, the whole dynamic background is pretty cool, you know, it works very smoothly and stuff, and normally you're able to access stuff really quickly all the time. But the thing I noticed is that if I would put some heavy like work into the OS, if I would check my messages all the time, check my own profile, scroll through the games for like a very long time, what would happen is it would simply start freezing, it would not load stuff anymore, and basically I couldn't do anything. I couldn't even go back to the game I was playing or something like that. So I would have to turn my PlayStation off for it to work again. It would turn off and you'd have these 3 beeps that you would hear, which means, you know, it crashed pretty much. And that's a big shame, because like I said, the OS in itself is really smooth and fast, so then, you know, for it to crash whenever you just start using it quite heavily is a pretty big shame. At number 2 I have the friends list, which is absolutely terrible on the PS4. Now this is an issue that is not just something I only have with 2,000 friends right now, but it's also something people with even just like 50 friends have. It just loads very slowly. Like if you go and check your friends, you know, it will load like 5 of them, and then afterwards you have to wait for 10 seconds all the time until the next 5 are loaded. It's really insane, especially for me, like I said, having 2,000 friends. When I want to look someone up who, you know, I want to message or whatever, like I have to use the search function in the whole friends menu. You can't sort or anything, of course. They're still going to have to patch that in. But even if I'm searching, it usually tends to take 2 minutes, and I'm literally, you know, once again, not joking, it takes 2 minutes for that. Sometimes it doesn't even want to find anything. and my thing crashes again. I have this same OS crash that I've described with my number 3 issue, is that it's just, stuff doesn't work anymore, and the whole PS4 crashes. I can't do anything anymore. I simply have to turn it off and back on, which is a really, really big shame. And there's been a lot of stability updates with the PS4, but none of them have really fixed these kinds of issues. So I desperately ask Sony to fix this stuff as soon as possible, because it is really annoying me lately. And then finally, at the number 1 spot, I couldn't have any other issue than this, and that is the issue I have had with my, in particular, the left thumbstick of my DualShock 4 controllers. I've had 2 of them now, and both have had the same issues. A lot of people talked about this during the launch of the PS4, and let's be honest, they were also not really taken seriously by most people. I've seen, people accusing them of chewing on their thumbsticks. Well, I can assure you I did not chew on my thumbsticks, but for one of them, it's been absolutely insane. I will show you a quick picture about how broken it is. You will see it for yourself. It is pretty unacceptable, let's be honest about that. And the other one is showing, some small signs of tearing, but yeah, all in all, I think the cheapness of the rubber that they used for the joysticks is really, really a shame, and I don't know what went wrong there. I really hope they already fixed this, because, I heard that they actually, fixed this later on, and that if you now buy a new DualShock 4 controller, it'll be fine. But I have to say that my second controller, the one that doesn't really have that many signs of tearing yet, I already bought that like 3 months later. So it's still showing that, and I don't think it's still like completely fully fixed already. So I definitely think that's probably the worst experience I've had with the PS4. I've had to buy these quick grips, these covers for the joysticks, and I mean, they work well, but all in all, you just want to play with your normal thumbsticks, right? You just want to play it how it is supposed to be played, and these grips, I'm not really too big of a fan of them. So I really find it a shame. I hope Sony fixes this for sure. And then these were my 5 worst experiences I've had with the PlayStation 4. Of course, if you own a PS4, I would like to know what really bothered you about the system, what annoyed you. And then for now, I'd like to thank you a lot for watching, and I hope to see you again next time.